It is no surprise that Lake Atitlan, Guatemala's most famous tourist destination, sits high on our bucket list. This stunning, deep blue lake framed by majestic volcanoes has a reputation for being truly special, and our expectations were very high coming here. We've heard Lake Atitlan has it all: breathtaking natural landscapes, vibrant streets bursting with color, welcoming locals, and a rich cultural heritage. We've already had a taste of what Lake Atitlan has to offer after hiking up the Mayan Nose, where we witnessed one of the most spectacular sunrises of our lives. But that experience only fueled our curiosity. In this video, we're diving deeper into Lake Atitlan, starting with its natural beauty as we get up close with the water.
We're paddling through a crater with volcanoes surrounding us. How neat is that?
Then shifting our focus to the human side to explore the fascinating culture surrounding the lake.
It was so special because it's very uncommon to be able to do something like this, but because our guide actually knows a local shaman who has all this in his home, we were able to do this and film it, which is highly unusual. So this is really special. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to beautiful Lake Atitlan. We've got some awesome adventures coming up these next couple of days to really get up close and personal with Lake Atitlan. And we are starting those adventures off with some kayaking, actually, right on the lake. To do that, we are actually going to be leaving Evie here at home just this morning. And we're actually going to head out and get a water taxi and go and meet our guide for the day.
You enjoy the views for us. Have a nice coffee. Enjoy your lake, and we'll be back to get you later for our second adventure of the day.
Oh, all right. I guess we're just gonna jump on.
There's just a boat right here. Watch out.
Queremos ir a Jaibalito? Gracias. Okay.
The boat is very full, so this is where we sit for now, I think.
Just like that, we're going. There's the captain, the captain's son probably, and all the other people. That boat just came right as we got to the dock.
Oh, we've had yes, no?
Day 15 today.
All right, so the ride was great, but the guy tried to massively overcharge us. Our host told us that should cost 10 quetzales per person. It was like a 5-minute boat ride. He tried to charge 25 per person, and I'm like, oh no, like 10. He's like, okay, 15 each. And then he tried to give me the wrong change. I'm like, buddy! Anyways, so guess we gotta watch that.
Well, I gotta say, I am really proud of Nicole for just sticking to her guns right away and scoffing at the overcharged boat price, because that allowed us to get it down to a more reasonable price.
Yeah,
he dropped an instant.
Overpaid, but
Yeah.
He did drop
Buenos
an
dias.
instant. Hola, buenos dias.
He dropped his price in an instant, so if you're traveling to Lake Atitlan, make sure you know your boat prices and just be firm on it.
I still overpaid, to be fair, but
Yeah.
it was way less overpaid than he was attempting. Ay, ay, ay. La Casa de la Mando. This is our meeting spot. Wow, this is so pretty.
Yeah, I can see the kayaks, and looks like the weather is still looking pretty good. I can see the volcanoes really, really well.
In the last 3 days, this is the first time that I have actually seen the sun come to the sky enough to create some shadows. I cannot believe how lucky we seem to be getting so far. I'm so excited. Also, our guide's name is Papian, which is a very typical Guatemalan food here. If you've seen our food vlog, we tried Papian. And Miko and I were like, is this a typical Guatemalan name? But he told us it's actually his nickname because he loves Papian, for real. I thought that was kind of funny.
It's actually kind of making me hungry for some pepiad.
It's only 9 a.m. Can't be hungry yet.
So,
Oh, hey.
all right. Okay, I think we are officially on. We haven't tipped over yet.
We're not even pushed away from the shore.
We're in our positions to do a little bit of vlogging, do a little bit of kayaking. It's mostly Nicole doing the kayaking and me doing the vlogging.
This is how it works in my kayak.
On occasion, I help out.
Kind of awkward, I find. My space is like lumpy. It's uncomfortable. On the
Oh, you
leg.
look like you got lots of room.
Yeah, too much almost. I just
Oh, I see.
kind of hurts my back. I sit like this. There's not enough back support. I'm just getting old.
So far, the first few paddles have been really good, and we're already learning a little bit about the lake. So we've got a few volcanoes around us, and our guide Pepian was telling us that there's like an elephant. What would you call it again?
Elephant-looking volcano. It's just a
Yeah,
volcano kind of
there's
in the shape of an elephant.
there's a tinier volcano over there, elephant-looking volcano, and apparently that this entire area was actually a lot of inspiration for the book called The Little Prince.
Yeah.
I think it's a really popular book. I personally haven't read it. I think you've read it. I think everybody reads it when they're like really young.
Years, yeah. Pepian, our guide, was telling us that in the book, I don't remember this, but in the book, there's a snake that eats the elephant, and that elephant is actually supposed to be this little volcano here. I think it translates to like Gold Hill volcano, but it's sort of in the shape of an elephant. So that's supposed to be this fourth volcano here. I thought that was so cool.
And one day it explodes. It was a massive eruption, and the volcanoes come up after the eruption.
Pepian told us that this area, the volcanoes here went off about 82,000 years ago, I think he said. Massive explosion, obviously changed this area big time. But it was a result of that explosion that actually created this big crater that then two lakes fed their water into. And that's what's actually created Lake Atitlan today. So it's been here a very long time. And these volcanoes have been dormant for a very long time. But they make for such a cool backdrop. You're just like we're paddling through a crater with volcanoes surrounding us. How neat is that?
One day, if the Mother Nature decides to
Yep.
make an erupt, I want to be here.
Yeah, we'll have a good view, and then that'll be the last view.
I was telling Nicole this is probably the safest spot if they erupt.
Right on the lake.
Man, this is like the VIP spot. Like, I want to be here. Like, oh, there's a rock coming.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point, you just accept your fate, hang back, and enjoy.
Yeah.
You have a really cool last view.
We're now just switching our admiration of the area from the volcanoes to all these like really nice, like luxury looking houses here.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of them are owned by Guatemalans from Guatemala City, who come out here for like the weekends, and then they would have the places up for as Airbnb rentals or short-term rentals when they're not using it. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, gorgeous houses on the side here.
Like, you could have a wicked holiday. I feel like even the place that we're staying, which isn't that fancy at all,
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it's like honeymoon worthy. It's so
Oh,
beautiful.
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
Stunning. And it's still like affordable. If you came on a holiday, man, you could get a really wicked place here.
Okay, we're done. That was actually like a pretty quick paddle. It was just so like easy and chill. The water was so nice, and every now and then there'll be a boat that kind of rocks it. But otherwise, we were just having a blast out there, just chatting and taking nice videos, and I don't know, just admiring the houses on the side and the volcanoes.
Now we're actually going to be doing a hike right along the side of like the shoreline here. And to do that, we're able to get Evie. So she's just like 10 minutes up the road. We're going to go pick her up. Oh, she's right there. Hi, sweetheart. Hello, love. Oh, no. Where you guys been? No.
How's it
We
going, girl?
missed you. You want to come hiking with us? Do you want to meet Pepian? Yeah. Oh my gosh. She's so excited. Oh, we're going to go on a hike, my girl.
Run down.
Yeah, that's one of the.
We are back on the road. It's actually the same road that Nicole and I were walking on this morning. A lot sunnier now. And the plan is we are gonna go on about an hour and a half long hike, kind of following the coastline, getting some nice views of the lake. Basically kind of doing that same kind of kayak route, but all overland and in reverse. Heading back to La Casa del Mundo where we started, but on the way really just enjoying nature, enjoying the views. So we really are worried about the street dog encounters here, especially walking around with Evie. But so far, the first street dog that we've come across, he seems pretty playful.
Go try that one. That one right there.
Look to your right, hun.
Holy smokes! Evie, do you see that? Not at all. Wow. This hike has been so cool because we started off like in a town, walking through the community and seeing what life there is like, and then it started to get really just jungly and woodsy, and we're not really seeing anybody come through here. There's no car traffic that can come through here, and it's just peaceful, it's quiet. It's like feels fresh but very humid thanks to the lake, I'm sure. And we've had some beautiful views of the lake. Maybe we'll get more, I don't know. But it's been really, really wonderful. Oh.
At this point in the hike, it might be a good time to talk about the partner that we have for today's video, which is 10 Adventures. If you've never heard of 10 Adventures before, they're actually a tour company that operates around the world. They're based out in Canada. And what's so cool about them is that they offer and focus on specifically active, adventurous, outdoor activities. So think of travel to international destinations, but with a focus on kind of fun outdoor activities like the Pacaya volcano hike that we did not too long ago, or the cycling, and of course activities like the paddling, the kayaking on Lake Atitlan, and the hiking that we're doing today. So that's what 10 Adventures is all about. I'll also mention that on their website, you won't necessarily find individual day trips like we're doing today as a specific activity that you can book, because they really focus on those larger multiple day excursions where you're basically, you know, going to a place like Guatemala and you're putting yourself in their hands, and they're going to take you around all the places in the country, all the best highlights over the span of 8 or 9 days. And a small part of that is kind of what we're doing today. It's just a portion of their overall larger tour that can take you all around the country. If you're really into the outdoors and nature and love the idea of traveling internationally with a focus on big adventures or small adventures, then we highly recommend checking out 10 Adventures. We'll put a link down in the description below, and you can see all the tours that they have offered all around the world.
Oh my gosh, are you sure?
Yeah.
We finished our hike and we left Papi on. He is heading back to Antigua today. And instead of hiking an hour and a half all the way back to our Airbnb, we have elected to grab a water taxi. Miko and I are excited about it, but I think Evie is maybe less than excited about it. And she's still learning how to be on boats. Alright, we are back in San Marcos, and that is it for this day. I think we got super lucky. I'm pretty sure it's about to rain, so we're gonna head home, take the rest of the night, and we'll catch you guys again in the morning.
We are really excited for today because it's going to be a slightly different tour. Instead of seeing all the beautiful views around Lake Atitlan, which we still will, we're also going to be soaking up a lot of different cultures, because today we're going to go on a boat tour to different villages around the lake. There are so many different villages here, and I don't exactly know which ones we'll be visiting, but we're going to start off with heading over to the boat dock to meet our tour group.
My name is Nicole.
Miko.
Nice to meet you. My name is Pablo.
Okay, listo.
Looking pretty good. She's gonna be a boat dog.
Excellent.
Buenos dias.
take the first seat in the front.
So we met our guide Pablo, and he was explaining to us that today is going to be a private tour, so it's just going to be us on this boat, and we're going to be heading over to 2 towns. The first town is San Juan, which is known to be a very colorful town. It's a place that we have to visit, and then the other town is Santiago, which is a bit more historical and traditional. So really excited to see that, and it's pretty cool that we're going to be on a private boat today. Did you see that jump? Yeah. She is just like, yeah, whatever, it's a boat.
Boat dog.
It's like she doesn't even, I think she just like thinks that we just get teleported to places. I don't think she fully understands how this boat is working, but she knows that she's just going on a walk.
New place. So this is a welcome sign here, welcome to San Juan La Laguna. And then the language at the top here, it says, Uts Apetik. It's how to say welcome in the Mayan language that is spoken here, which is, what is the language called?
Tutuhil.
Tutuhil. I always forget that word, that's a hard word for me. Wow. This is so cool. Pablo is telling us that these guys are playing the national instrument, the marimba, in their national or their traditional clothing. And this song is about how it's hard to get a girlfriend, I think it said. This place is so beautiful. I know that it's very touristy, but it's like the nice kind of touristy. It just feels like you have so many options for shopping, and you just want to spend time here. You just want to hang out and spend time here.
I love how everything in the street just seems so photogenic.
Yeah, you turn every way, and it's stunning.
Yeah, but you gotta keep your eyes on the road though, because
Yeah.
these guys come through all the time.
It looks like it should be pedestrian only, and then there's tuk-tuks, and you're like, oh, okay.
Hola. Buenas tardes. Buenos dias.
Hola.
Hola, buenos dias.
Buenos días, amigo.
Looks like we're at a local textile cooperative.
Yeah.
Run solely by women, and I think we're about to learn a little bit of the culture's, I guess,
Like
dress?
the importance of
Yeah.
the textiles, I think, yeah, here, which it is incredibly important here.
Welcome to the Women Weavers Cooperative. The main target of these women are 3 things. Number 1 is to keep the traditional way of weaving. So, the second is to empower the women for the income for the town, for the community, and help the society to grow up and develop. And the third thing is to preserve the nature. For example, keep the traditional way of natural dyeing.
Gracias.
Wow. Making a thread of cotton by hand.
So we're just learning how it's done here by hand to make the thread, and we learned also that it takes like a week to a month to make these like big balls of basically like yarn of
Yarn,
thread.
yeah. It's made of cotton, and they're just pulling apart the cotton and then using their hands to hand weave pieces of thread. It's incredible.
Amazing.
This is difficult. I see how you could almost break it.
Is it real? Is it looping? I think it keeps coming off the top.
I think it's coming off the top too. Oh. Wow, so she's actually dyeing the cotton now. She says she cooks it for 7 hours to get the dye in there.
Wow, so it's all natural.
Yeah, all of the dyes that are here are made from the plants in the area, which is incredible. Vamos.
So that's the next process.
Yeah, the next step is to roll the yarn. So here we are, rolling yarn.
Pretty good.
I mean, this is better than when I was trying to make the threads. I honestly find it so hard to wrap my head around the amount of knowledge and like expertise that goes into every single item. Like I feel like there's so many things here, and to think that a person likely spent at least 1 month on every single one of them, it just is like hard to wrap my head around. And that's once they actually know what to do, right? How to do this, how to make these patterns. The knowledge is just passed down from generation to generation, and it's so beautiful. It's just, yeah. Anyway, it's very inspiring.
Gracias. It's amazing how every street corner seems like here in San Juan is just a beautiful, colorful street. We're in Hat Street right now, as you can see from all the hats above me. And I think this one is probably more colorful than the previous because even the walls are painted, and even this auditorium or this gym is very colorfully decorated as well.
Yeah, were you just saying that I love
Yeah.
the colors? I'm
Yeah.
like so floored. They're just so bright and vibrant and beautiful. And it just matches everything else in Guatemala. Like, it's so perfect. I love it. This is a really cool town.
So that was really nice. Our guide was saying that he was talking to one of the women who was running a shop here in the streets, and she said that she wanted to say thank you to Nicole and I for visiting San Juan.
Yeah, and welcome us here.
And welcoming us here. Yeah,
wonderful.
it was all in Spanish,
Yeah.
but I could kind of
I actually
understand a
understood
little
her.
bit.
Yeah, no, I actually understood
And-
pretty well.
And I think she was just like showing a lot of gratitude that we are visiting San Juan as opposed to all the other villages that we could visit around Lake Atitlan.
Yeah, and she was saying like, thank you for supporting our economy and the families that, of course, our economy are holding up. So that
Yeah.
was really nice.
Yeah, really nice.
If only I knew how to say, like, thank you for having us in Spanish. I felt like she said all these beautiful Spanish words, and then I had to respond in English because I didn't know how to say it in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's okay, we're learning. Our next stop, and the reason we're in Tuk Tuk, is because we're actually heading to a shaman's house, I believe. Our guide wanted to show us a Mayan ceremony, so in order to do that, we are headed to someone's home.
Wait for me here. I'm gonna
O2?
Leave the grass.
2, yes.
We're getting our Mayan, what would you say? What do you call it?
Your
sign.
Mayan sign.
We're getting our Mayan signs.
The Mayan sign is very important for the Mayan people because tells you that what is your energy and what is your animal. For example, your animal is the quetzal bird and
Nice.
the eagle, and your is the sun. Is a
Ooh, the
warrior symbol
Wow.
in the Mayan world, and he is our Mayan shaman. He is giving thanks and asking for a bless for you and your trip.
Wonderful,
So,
thank you.
Juan Carlos, he lives here in this village, San Juan, around the lake, and he is doing this private ceremony for you. Then the reason of this ceremony is to match and to learn your purpose in life.
And he obtained that kind of information by like communicating with the natural
With
energies.
with the fire, and he has a lot of experience. He born to
Yeah.
be a spiritual guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
El bien material es importante, pero lo más importante es la salud. Sí. Mientras tengamos salud, todo lo demás es complemento.
Everything is extra.
That was so cool. It was
Yeah.
so special because it's very uncommon to be able to do something like this, but because our guide actually like knows a local shaman who has all this in his home,
Yeah.
we were able to do this and film it, which is highly unusual. So this is really special.
I thought his readings were really cool too. Like I think mine was really cool. The warrior, I like that.
I bet you do.
But I thought what was really interesting was Nicole's reading. 'Cause
Yeah.
he talked about like health.
Focusing on
and
health.
Focusing on health.
Yeah, if you followed our channel for a while, I have this giant lump in my throat. It's non-cancerous, but we went through a whole scare last year, and health
Yeah.
has definitely been top of mind. So it was really
Yeah.
interesting to hear him say that. It was wild.
We made it to the second town, which is Santiago.
Santiago sounds like it's a really cool place because it's much less touristy, and it is actually the biggest town. 30,000 people live here. This is the name of the town in the Mayan dialect. But then the newer name when the Spanish came and colonized is Santiago. But this is how to say it in the Mayan dialect or Mayan language. Tikin Hai. I don't know if I said that right. I tried.
I love how that's the first thing you see too.
Me too. Yeah, it's like in the
Yeah.
original language, right? And I guess this is named after the two birds. I think these are the quetzal birds, which is like the national bird of Guatemala. You might recognize that from the word quetzales, which is the currency here.
So we have lunch. I got the churrasco, which is like a grilled beef meal, and it comes with vegetables, rice, some beans, and then it even comes with some tortillas. Oh my God! Look at that.
Oh,
I got black
nice.
regular yellow tortillas and then like white tortillas. So good. I'm so pumped. And Nicole got some quesadillas. So this is great because I've worked out of an appetite, and it's been a lot hotter of a day despite the fact that it's been overcast, kind of cloudy during the day. I think we definitely deserve our meal today.
While we eat our delicious lunch, Evie is completely out under the table. She's so tired. This restaurant got really full in the last few minutes. I think she's just enjoying the ambiance, the chatter, and she's gonna take a well-deserved nap. Buen provecho, my love.
Buen provecho.
There's so much cheese in there. Look at that.
Oh wow, this is really good.
It's really good. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Wow, that rain was intense. We ended up staying actually at the restaurant for like an extra half an hour just to wait out the worst part. Yeah, I think it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going.
But it's not terrible. Yeah. Our guide Pablo was just saying that the textiles in this town are actually a little bit different than in the last one. They're specialized, instead of like dyeing the wool or the cotton, they specialize in the handmade embroidery of the textiles, which is a little bit different, and it's more designs with birds on them.
Trujillo. That's the Mayan language they speak here.
Hi, baby.
Oh, here's our new guide. Can you tell us about the coin?
Tell me about the 25 centavos coin. This was the only.
Wow! Oh no, Evie wants to be the guide. She's a little jealous.
Tell us that this was the only Mayan woman on any of the money here in Guatemala. What are you doing? All right, kid. She's like, I am the model now. I wasn't really sure what to expect of like going from town to town today on the boats, but I gotta say this is better than I expected. I've been really loving this day. I learned so much. Even when we get crummy weather like this, we've had it was relaxing, but like I'm learning things, and I think I was really yearning to understand this part of Guatemala's history and culture, and so glad we got to. We've had an awesome time exploring Lake Atitlan, and we hope you guys have enjoyed coming around and seeing this magical and incredible place with us. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. We've got more adventures coming up in Guatemala, and of course beyond that as well.
We'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Evie likes tuk-tuk rides. I'm so glad. She's a natural. She's really become a travel dog. Like, she just does all these things, and as long as she's with Miko and I, she's like, yeah, whatever, I'll do that.
¿Cómo se llama la calle? No, pero ¿cómo se llama la calle donde estamos?